Olá, boa noite. Eu sou o Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 7 de Syberia. Ontem, Kate Walker cumpriu todas as tarefas para rebocar o trem até o local em que há o dispositivo que dá corda nos mecanismos, construído pelo Hans, e até já deu corda na locomotiva. Recebeu outra ligação do insuportável Dan, falando dele próprio, da importância do trabalho dele e do futuro dele de sucesso profissional. Quando ela decidiu investir nos próprios interesses, ainda teve que ouvir egoísta. Eu nem deveria estranhar como gente inteligente como Kate Walker, gente independente, gente decidida, forte, aceita coisas assim, mas desde que o mundo é mundo, o coração e o cérebro são departamentos separados e sem nenhuma ligação, ao contrário de todo o resto no mundo que tem uma ligação, segundo a Bá. Então, às vezes investimos em relacionamentos que não nos são convenientes e, por vezes, até nos fazem mal. Kate Walker só não foi embora ainda seguindo a viagem porque o professor Pons, que estudou com Hans, tem uma teoria de que o colega foi atrás dos mamutes junto à tribo dos Yokols. Ele vai dar detalhes numa palestra e já chamou Kate Walker para assistir.
Ah, there you are, Miss Walker. Good, good. Take a seat quickly. I'm impatient to start my lesson. My young friends, a very exciting discovery, unimaginable up until only a few hours ago, has come into my hands and has finally allowed me to complete my study on the mysterious Yukol people. Lights, please. The Yukols are a people from the far north about whom very little is known. They live far away, very far away, on the frozen borders of Syberia. This distance and the climatic conditions of the region, which are unfavorable to human existence, have limited the size of the Yukol population and kept it out of reach of the scientific world. The handful of slides that follow are actually the only documentation we have in our possession. It was a Russian explorer who made these drawings and took these photographs 100 or so years ago. Today, we owe what we know about the Yukol people and their culture to him. We know that the origins of the Yukols date back to the last ice age. Curiously, evidence of their presence has been found in Western Europe, and more precisely in the prehistoric caves at the heart of the Alps. This people, it seems, undertook a long migration over centuries towards the far north of the globe. The reasons for this migration are due to the importance of the mammoth in their craft, trade, and culture. They used them for transportation and as beasts of burden. The mammoth brought them meat, skins, fat, and ivory. Man and animal lived in symbiosis. There's no doubt about it. Mammoths started to drift away from the region due to changing climatic conditions, and the Yukols followed them to the north, to the edges of Syberia. Prehistoric cave drawings, identified as Yukol in origin, first led me to the extraordinary hypothesis that the Yukols had managed to domesticate the mammoth. They are, to the best of our knowledge, the only prehistoric people to represent a man riding a mammoth. Today, because of this genuine mammoth skin effigy, identified by myself as an authentic Neolithic object, I can confirm this hypothesis. Yukol forebears managed to tame mammoths. Prehistoric man uses little imagination. He draws what he sees and represents scenes from real life. This familiar day-to-day object is actually a children's toy. As we have seen, Yukol existence was inextricably linked to that of the mammoth. They used its skin for clothing and to make the roofs and walls of their houses. They used the tusks to build the frameworks of their homes, as well as weapons, tools, and jewelry. Curiously, the disappearance of the mammoth 12,000 years ago had no immediate effect on the Yukol's way of life. It seemed that for a long time after, the people maintained their strong bond with the mammoth through the centuries. As incredible as it may seem, the Yuko people have continued right up until the start of this century to feed themselves on mammoth meat and to use the skin for clothing and shelter. Their ivory craftwork industry is still flourishing. It would appear that to preserve ancestral customs, the Yukos learned how to exploit through the centuries the large number of frozen mammoth carcasses that were perfectly preserved in the ice of the Siberian tundra. They have been able to live mainly off this enormous freezer stock for almost 30 centuries. As plausible as this explanation may seem, it seems it is not enough for the scientific community who, I will confess, is greatly perplexed by the question. In the absence of acceptable scientific evidence, we have to make do with Yuko shaman artifacts. The research department that I have the honor to represent today lends no credence to the myths and legends that these tribal charlatans peddle. We have to take their stories at face value, mere tales to while away the long Siberian winter. The legend of the Siberian ice ark is a very good example. You are invited to find out for yourselves from the pamphlet that I had passed around to you. This legend would have us believe that today, somewhere on a lost island to the north of Syberia, there are living mammoths still in existence, a sort of hangover from the Ice Age. This small herd has been miraculously preserved for more than 120 centuries by the Yuko's tender care. And the island on which the pachyderms are said to live is called Syberia. My friends, I advise you to resist the temptation you may have to believe in this pish and tish. The island of Syberia is not charted on any map, and the idea that mammoths have survived to the 21st century is an idle scientist's pipe dream. The Yukos were sadly among the first victims of the colonization of continental Syberia led by the Russians in the 20th century. The Kolkhoz and Sovkhoz systems, as well as the exploitation, disdain, and humiliation the people had to suffer, marked a definitive break in the Yukos' traditional lifestyle. And since the collapse of the communist regime, the Yuko population finds itself confronted with the same political and social upheavals that other Siberian communities are experiencing. There are two consequences to arise from this. Some Yukos have lost their tribal identity and have integrated into the Russian population. Others, however, have sought long and hard to re-establish links with their ancestral culture that was lost under the Soviet regime. Now, at the start of the 21st century, the last true surviving Yukos have gone to live on the vast territories of their ancestors. Nobody knows today where they live or how they survived. Their very existence would be a matter for speculation if they did not turn up periodically at the tundra's most isolated fur trading posts to exchange mammoth tusks for essential items. There ends my lecture for today. Thank you for being among us today, Miss Walker. Please make your way to the laboratory where you will find your mammoth doll. There are also photocopies of my lectures should you so require them.
Gabriel Knight deve estar dormindo lá num canto, como ele fez na conferência sobre Ogum Badagrum. Então não é que os Yokos sumiram e alguns acham que estão extintos. Ou se integraram à sociedade soviética da época, ou... Aliás, tinha acabado a União Soviética. Ou se integraram, como qualquer tribo, ou permanecem distantes, mas aparecendo nos entrepostos de abastecimento de tempos em tempos. Não, agora ela vai pro laboratório pegar o mamute de volta, como o professor recomendou, né? A Bá também dormiu durante a palestra. Pronto, pegou o mamute de volta. Agora pegar os folhetos da palestra do professor. E ela foi sentar bem do lado do projetor para ficar aquele barulho chato atrapalhando. A lenda da Arca de Marfim. A última era do gelo terminou quando o planeta se aqueceu. Esta súbita mudança climática ameaçou a existência de inúmeras espécies de animais, incluindo os mamutes, que habitavam as planícies desoladas do norte siberiano. É sabido que o povo Yukol decidiu seguir o exemplo de Noé e construíram uma enorme arca para tentar preservar a existência dos mamutes. Eles viviam em simbiose com o paquiderme, que era o cerne da adoração religiosa deles. A arca foi construída inteiramente com presas de mamutes. Uma pequena manada de mamutes foi colocada a bordo junto com uma quantidade enorme de forragem. O controle da arca foi confiado a uns poucos intrépidos membros do clã dos Yukon. A missão deles era levar os animais para outras terras com pastagens condizentes para que sobrevivessem. Um dia, 50 verões depois, como conta a lenda, a arca retornou ao seu ponto de partida. Os Yokols ficaram atônitos por não ter ninguém a bordo, mas apenas carcaças de vários mamutes perfeitamente conservadas pelo gelo que recobria a arca. Os homens do clã acreditaram que aquilo era um misterioso sinal dos deuses e comeram os mamutes em uma celebração memorável. Uma semana depois, a arca partiu mais uma vez, arrastada pelas correntes marítimas. Outra vez ela retornou, meio século depois, sem nenhuma alma a bordo, exceto com mais e bem preservadas carcaças de mamutes congelados. Este mistério perdurou por 1000 anos e toda vez os surpreendentes e bem preservados mamutes apareciam do nada. Os Yokols interpretaram o fenômeno como uma oferta benevolente dos seus companheiros mortos, que com certeza acreditavam terem perecido na primeira viagem da arca em algum horrendo cataclisma marítimo. Acreditavam também que suas almas haviam encontrado repouso eterno em uma ilha mítica, que o xamã dava o nome de Syberia. Eles construíram uma religião inteira baseada nesta crença, com ritos e costumes pontuados pelas chegadas periódicas da arca fantasma e sua preciosa carga. Por séculos, nada mudou no ciclo misterioso da arca. Apenas a quantidade dos mamutes mudou, reduzindo imperceptivelmente vez após vez. Até que um dia, há centenas de anos ou mais, a arca retornou mais cedo do que o esperado e estava vazia. Os Yokols ficaram frustrados e confusos. Os espíritos dos seus ancestrais os haviam desamparado. Tudo em que eles acreditavam, aquilo que havia sido o alicerce da cultura deles desde o início dos tempos, tinha agora perdido todo o significado. Os fiéis mais fanáticos defendiam que a arca voltava agora com mais frequência e que isso significava boa esperança, enquanto ela continuasse retornando de sua viagem do desconhecido. Alguns anciões Yokols gabavam-se de terem visto o seu retorno inúmeras vezes. Mas, desde então, cada vez que a arca branca retornava, ela apresentava apenas um casco frio e vazio para os olhos desesperados dos sobreviventes Yokols. A crença se tornou superstição e a realidade se tornou lenda.
What is it you want to know, miss?
I must congratulate you for your lecture. You were right. The subject is absolutely fascinating. I never believed that mammoths could be so interesting.
What you heard was only the tip of the iceberg, my dear. But if I have at least awoken a passion in you, I'm only too proud.
Did Hans Vorarlberg agree with your hypothesis on the Yukols being able to tame mammoths?
Now, Hans was no man of science. His pathological obsession was to find mammoths that were still in existence. Such a hypothesis is somewhat overblown, don't you think?
You don't believe in it yourself?
Mammoths died out thousands of years ago. Of this we are certain. Today, the only mammoths in Syberia are frozen ones. Huh?
Do you know where Hans might have gone after his stay here in Barrackstadt?
No, but I would not be surprised if he left in search of the Yukols, or what is left of them today.
Isso ele já tinha exposto. Primeira vez que ela falou do Hans.
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Partimos agora? Como diria aquela que jamais disse isso. Como sempre diz aquela que jamais disse isso. Tomara que a gente possa partir agora e não tenha que fazer todo esse caminho de volta para buscar alguma coisa que esqueceu. É lá por aquele lugar que ficava na frente do trem, né? Agora mesmo sem o trem aqui, tomara que eu tenha acertado a plataforma. Não, essa escada aqui vai pra barcaça, não é? Ah, não. Tá certo. Uma escada assim leva para a barcaça, mas lá do outro lado. Guardar o mamute, senão o Oscar vai dizer que não pode partir agora.
Everything okay?
Yes, Kate Walker. I am waiting to continue our journey.
Vamos lá, partimos agora.
Oscar, if you tell me one more time something's missing, I'll...
Everything is ready. Take your seat, Kate Walker. We are leaving.
Okay.
Eu não esperava por isso. Tomou, papuda? Ela tinha certeza que ele ia dizer que faltava algo. E agora? Cadê o Oscar? Portão? Ei, agora que a Bá estava esquecendo da praga desse filme, ela vai falar do portão.
I wonder how that works. What are you doing there, Oscar?
It is imperative that we comply with railroad and customs regulations, Kate Walker.
Oscar, don't you think we could drop the trifling details once and for all?
We need an exit visa to get beyond the wall, Kate Walker.
And you wouldn't know where I could get one of them from, would you?
There is usually some form of authority stationed at a guard post that is strategically positioned to issue such a visa.
I don't suppose you can help me get this visa, then?
Your non-supposition is correct, Kate Walker.
Okay, see you later, Oscar.
Yes, Kate Walker.
See you later, alligator. Acendeu aqui, é. Aqui ela entra na bilheteria do Oscar.
No point. It's locked.
Aqui é a entrada da muralha, então. Tá bem que eu cliquei aqui antes de fazer todo o cenário à toa.
Hello?
Kate! Oh, is that you? What's going on?
Well, I finally got the mechanical train wound, and I hope it's going to take me to Hans Vorarlberg. I had to sort things out with a couple of weirdo sailors, and they probably ripped me off. But now I'm blocked behind this massive wall. You should see it, it's huge!
I'm not talking about that. I want to know what's going on with Dan.
What do you mean?
I bumped into him at Maggie's Zoo, and he said you'd argued.
That's a bit over the top. Things got a bit heated the last time we called, that's all. No need to go overboard.
I don't mean to be Miss Melodramatic, but he didn't seem in such great shape. He had his down-in-the-dumps head on.
Like Dan has a down-in-the-dumps head.
Well, yeah, when that shock of hair flops over his forehead, and his eyes mist up, and his eyebrows kind of creased together.
I'd never noticed. Maybe I did go a bit too far, but he's got such a goody two-shoes image of me that sometimes I just lose it. And this case is taking up a lot of headspace. I was just looking for a bit of compassion.
Well, you sure got mine. So, what's going down?
Like I said before, I'm kind of getting somewhere, but it's slow. This Hans Vorarlberg guy is getting more and more fascinating by the day.
Okay, well, anyway, it doesn't sound like you're bored. Not like back here in the office. Every day is boredom day. It's just no fun without you. When are you coming back?
Shouldn't be long, I hope. Look, I've got to go. See you soon.
Well, call us again real soon. And be easier on Dan next time, huh?
I'll try.
Então o Dan deve ser do escritório também, é um outro advogado do mesmo escritório que ela e por isso a Olivia também o conhece e o acha tão lindão e fascinante. Está preocupada com ele.
No point. It's locked.
E como o coração tem razões que a própria razão desconhece, a Kate Walker fica se desculpando e se justificando e achando que pode ter exagerado com o coitado do Dan.
Good day to you, sir.
Captain Malatesta, Commander-in-Chief of the Bergstadt Border Post, at your service, madam.
Malatesta foi o apelido que o escritor italiano usou para escrever a pele, né? Diz que tinha Bonaparte, então ele seria o Malatesta.
My name is Kate Walker. I've been assigned by my company to find a man who is supposed to be living in Syberia.
What a peculiar mission. Taking so many risks for such a futile goal.
Captain, to my mind, the military zeal with which you insist on guarding this meaningless wall strikes me as equally futile.
I should be offended by your words, miss, but I forgive you, because you are young and unaware of the very real dangers lurking in store for us.
I need a visa to cross the wall and to continue my journey to the east. They told me that you are the only person in a position to issue such a visa.
Indeed, this responsibility is part of my duties. However, I am not currently issuing visas because nobody must venture beyond the wall.
And why not?
It's far too dangerous, in particular for a lady of your standing who is traveling unescorted.
Dangerous? What exactly do you mean, Captain?
The enemy, miss. The enemy. I've been observing them for several years through my telescope. There's one particular horseman stationed yonder. He's a scout from the invading enemy army, and he's been spying on us. So I have to be extremely vigilant. He knows that I know he's there, you understand? And as long as I keep my eye on him, he won't dare try anything.
Are you sure?
Please, take a look for yourself.
Is the person who takes care of the gate anywhere around?
There is no person who takes care of the gate. Believe you me, ma'am. I have been the one and only guardian of this gate since 1968. That year I took over the position from the late Lieutenant Colonel Malatesta, my own father.
In that case, can you tell me how the mechanism works? It sure looks complicated to me.
Not at all. It is child's play for anyone who takes the time to work out its surprisingly straightforward logic. And from the looks of your locomotive, it shouldn't pose you any problems.
Why do you say that?
When I caught sight of your formidable locomotive, I immediately said, heavens, only Hans Vorarlberg could design such an engine. And I know what I'm talking about, ma'am, because he invented the gate's original mechanism. It was his last creation here in Barkstad.
So you know Hans Vorarlberg?
No, I mean, not personally. I was only a baby when he stayed in Barkstad. My father spoke often of him, and I knew about his inventions. He left very many things behind him.
I know.
In any case, I noticed that his fantastic knack for inventing has not deteriorated with age. How's he doing?
I don't know. In fact, I don't actually know him. I'm searching for him. An inheritance matter. I hope his train is going to lead me to him.
And why not? His inventions are always full of surprises.
Between the station aviary and this bleak wall, the change in atmosphere is radical, don't you think?
It's been a long time since I've been at liberty to judge, miss. My duties forbid me from abandoning my post.
Don't mind me if I retire, Captain.
Please, madam, my respects.
Então vai bugiar, como sempre diz aquela que jamais disse isso. Se não vai me ajudar em nada. Ela tem que olhar no telescópio. Copos, por enquanto, não dão ação nenhuma, mas darão. O resto aqui não. Ah, óculos quebrados.
Look, broken glasses. If they belong to the captain, then he sure has eye problems going by those lenses.
Então ele está enxergando inimigo onde não tem inimigo. Vamos ver. A gente que enxerga bem. Não, eu não enxergo nada bem. O que é isso? Ah, tem que ajeitar o foco.
How strange. I can't see a Cossack horseman at all. There's just a dead tree in the middle of an empty plain. That poor captain must have really bad eyesight.
Então, para isso, os copos, vamos dar alguma coisa para ele enxergar melhor. O pó de Yangala cola. Ela já pôs, será? Já. Garrafa de vinho nos 2 copos.
Colonel, sir.
Captain, miss.
But you have the air of a great officer.
You flatter me, miss. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that we frontier soldiers are often forgotten by the military administration.
There's no justice. I sympathize with you, Captain. Let us forget our worries for a moment and have a little drink together in the name of friendship.
It would be my pleasure, miss, but the regulations strictly forbid it.
Come on. A little glass of wine never hurt anybody, and nobody need know.
Wine, miss? You are putting me in a very delicate situation.
Don't deny yourself, Captain. Just a little glass. I assure you, it is excellent.
Well, perhaps just a drop.
Here's your glass. To your good health, Captain.
And to yours, miss. It's been a long time since I've drunk wine in such pleasant company. I admit, it is excellent.
Isn't it? You wouldn't think it came from Barrackstadt. It is made from the Amazon forest Sauvignon grape that has been miraculously conserved and cultivated in the station garden.
Well, well, well. The university authorities kept that one to themselves.
You know, Captain, it is essential that I continue my journey eastwards.
Please don't even think about it. As I've said, it's extremely dangerous. The enemy is spying on us.
Perhaps your Cossack horseman isn't quite what you thought. Perhaps it's just a dead tree twisted into a strange shape. You should take another look. You never know. Go on, Captain. Give it a try.
So be it. I will make this concession to the fairer sex, miss. But it does seem to be quite ridiculous.
Pois é, ela contou o segredo que ela jurou que não contaria. O segredo da reitoria.
Incredible. How is this possible? By what strange magic? How could I have been so wrong for so long? The enemy was only a tree. I'm so ashamed.
It's not that bad, Captain. It's only human to make mistakes, after all.
A tree. Nothing but a dead tree.
Pull yourself together, Captain. It's okay. And now I suppose there's nothing stopping you from issuing me a visa?
Yes, of course. There is no more danger. All these years. And now the Cossack has gone. There is nothing left to watch.
Captain, you should be delighted. From now on, you don't have to stay pinned to your watchtower. Travel can start up again normally. You will be able to resume your regular duties like issuing entrance and exit visas.
You are right. I will sign you a visa to cross the wall frontier immediately. 1,000 apologies. Here, miss.
Autorização para cruzar a fronteira. Este documento autoriza o portador e seus pertences o acesso pelo portão da muralha da fronteira. Capitão Malatesta, comandante do portão. Aviso: além deste limite, as condições para as viagens rumo aos territórios do leste estão repletas de incertezas e são reconhecidamente perigosas. Como consequência direta, as autoridades da muralha não garantem a segurança física do viajante e se eximem de toda responsabilidade na eventualidade de qualquer incidente.
Thank you, Captain. And keep your eyes open.
Miss, if we could keep this between ourselves, please. For the sake of my honor, you understand?
You have my promise, Captain.
E a gente já viu quanto vale a palavra dela. Primeira pessoa que ela encontrar, ela vai dizer que o capitão confundia um tronco de árvore com um cavaleiro coçado. Será que ela tem que ir na cabine do Oscar? Autorização.
Here is the visa. I hope it's regulation, my dear Oscar.
It is regulation. Here is your ticket.
Bilhete de trem para a Ferrovia Mecânica partida de Barrokstad. Bilhete válido para uma única pessoa e deve ser apresentado a qualquer autoridade da Ferrovia Mecânica, se assim exigido.
Have a good journey, Kate Walker.
So, can we go now?
Indeed, we are already very late, Kate Walker.
Partimos agora? Ela vai ter que esperar ele dizer que não consegue abrir o portão? Ou ele vai abrir com a locomotiva?
Your ticket, please, Kate Walker.
Ai, ai. Cadê meu bilhete? Tá aqui.
Here you go, Oscar.
Thank you, Kate Walker. Now, please return to your seat, Kate Walker.
Yes, Oscar. Immediately, Oscar.
Tá abrindo automaticamente? Abre pela locomotiva. E agora? Por que parou? Parou porque... Precisa dar a corda de novo, certo?
Kate Walker! Kate Walker!
Oscar, what's going on? Why has the train stopped? Where are we?
The springs of the train are unwound again, Kate Walker. As for the question pertaining to our geographical location, I really haven't the slightest idea.
Well, we'd better get looking for a winding machine, my dear Oscar. I hope that this place actually has one.
The air here is so polluted that I could not possibly risk leaving the locomotive. My joints might corrode irreparably.
Right. Let's see. Gosh, it's really gloomy here. I wonder where on earth I'm going to find a winding machine.
I have total confidence in you, Kate Walker. You are, after all, a brave and resourceful woman.
Yeah, right. We just keep stopping. When will we ever get to the end of this journey?
Simply wind up the spring and we can set off immediately.
From your mouth to God's ears. See you soon, Oscar.
I shall stay right here, Kate Walker.
That door is locked. I've got to find another way around.
Escalando, né? Ela não aprendeu nada com a Chloe e com o Nathan. Aqui tem uma escada, nem precisa pezinho. Vai dormir? Falta alguma coisa, dirá ela.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing. If that's going to work,
Cartão ou alguma outra coisa. Outro cilindro de voz. O Hans esteve aqui. X aqui no pé dele. Tá destacado, mas para fazer o quê? Não diz. E aqui tem uma chave. Será essa chave que está faltando? Alavanca. Cilindro de voz Konkolsgrad. Então já sabemos que estamos em Konkolsgrad, na antiga União Soviética, na tundra siberiana. Quer dizer, acho que já é Sibéria, a grande região da Sibéria. Então ela vai ter que mexer lá no pé da estátua. Por isso que tem o desenho. Para depois funcionar a alavanca ali. Mas vamos primeiro ouvir o cilindro. Quem sabe ele já dá a solução. E de qualquer jeito a gente tem que passar pela locomotiva. E a Bá ainda está preocupada com as coisas que eu falei do comportamento do coração da Kate Walker. Concordo com ela, isso é coisa da sociedade também. A pessoa acaba se sentindo culpada quando o relacionamento não vai bem, mesmo que esteja coberta de razão. Mas é que ela, sendo tão inteligente, tão positiva, tão tudo, tão forte, não deveria ficar se ligando nisso que a sociedade pensa, mas acaba sendo inevitável, né? Uma coisa é dizer como deve reagir, outra coisa é reagir daquele jeito.
My dear brother, what joy to have news of you after your long silence during the war years. So, you're working for the Russians now. I tell you, we've been hearing some worrying stories about them here. Just your description of that dingy factory makes me cough. But it's so good to hear that your talent is being recognized for its true value, and that your automaton creations are taking the place of workers for all those menial jobs. I'm so proud that Vorarlberg automatons are making such a contribution, even if it is small, to the improvement of people's lives.
Meanwhile, back in Valladolid, we've been licking our wounds after the war years. Some people have returned, others not. Life is slowly coming back, but it's taking time. All my love, Anna.
Último cilindro desta aventura. No próximo, será que vamos falar com Hans pessoalmente? Ou ele vai gravar um cilindro de voz para nós? Também acho que ela só desce por esse lado, pelo outro não dá sinal. Então nem poderia ter essa dúvida. Tem a mesma estátua duas vezes. E uma alavanca aqui. Que ela vai mexer sem nem saber porquê, né? Claro. Elevador.
Hello? Hello?
Kate, it's Dan. Can you hear me?
Dan, is that you? I can't hear you so good. Dan?
Hey, Kate, let's talk. It's about the last conversation. Are you still mad at me? Come on, it's important.
Dan, you're breaking up. I'll try and call you when I get out of this mine.
You... Kate! Come on, what's happening? Listen, we've got to talk.
Look, the line's just getting worse and worse. I'm hanging up.
Não devia nem atender esse paspalho.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing.
Ai, 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 ai. Isso, vai se meter lá onde estão os monstros.
It's too dark to continue. I might lose my way.
Então era melhor não ter feito o jogo, né? Se não é pra gente jogar, não é pra explorar, não é pra ir nos lugares que precisa ir. O autor economizaria o tempo dele e o nosso. Bem, como ela não sou eu e ela é educada, então agora ela vai tentar ligar pro Dan.
Dan Foster isn't around to take your call right now, so please leave your message after the tone.
Nada feito. Teria que ter um outro jeito de ela entrar nesse prédio aqui, porque tem aquela porta trancada. Não tem mais nada para fazer. E ainda se ela pudesse pegar a alavanca de volta, né? Eu não mexi na alavanca depois de fazer aquele ajuste ali. Faltava isso, então. Será que ela sobe pela escada então e daí pula? Agora já não aconteceu nada aqui. A estátua já foi o máximo que poderia.
I can't go that way.
Ah, então eu fui demais. Tenho que ir um a menos. Ela está lá dentro da cabine nessa estátua. Ah, por ali acho que vai passar agora, deu altura. E acho que a Bá tá certa, então só tem uma estátua, na verdade. E a estátua se move. Pula pro outro lado. Corre pra pedra seca. Pega essa chapa de aço aí, tua chapa tá esquentando. Ela vai entrar por aqui? Não. Tá marcando um X aqui, ela vai ter que usar alguma coisa. Impasse. Então hoje vamos ficando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, as correções às minhas informações, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.